Right, now what I'd like to do... Okay, that's all good, that's charging. We're going to do a little mic check on this little mic cover. Should be able to hear me. Checking. Hey up. I'll do. Can you hear me, mother? Yeah. Always nice to see this Sri Lankan 330. It just reminds me of Miniature Wonderland. Always. Should have blue lights underneath it. What blade mad you are? Interesting touch base with a company based in Germany that overhauls the Trent 700, XWB, and it's another Trent engine, I believe, specialist Rolls-Royce engine overhaul and servicing company. No, Formula One's been on. Let's not talk about Formula One because people might not have watched it. Yeah, because it might be raining tomorrow. There's a storm inbound, and there's a good chance that today's times might be taken as the pole position. So let's not ruin it for people. Yeah, let's not talk about Formula One. I think that might be cargo jet in the background. Somebody just mentioning this lovely little but lovely, beautiful Sri Lankan A330 going out now. Of course, our main objective today, ladies and gentlemen, is Cathay Pacific CX-37 inbound from Delhi. General cargo, I would imagine. I don't think there's any PPE coming in from Delhi unless she went to Delhi from whence she went from, and dropped off PPE there and is coming here, and then where she goes to after that, whether it's Charles de Gaulle or wherever it might be, we don't know, but should be about a 1 to 2 hour turnaround, I think, with the Cathay 747. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. Joel Hall, thank you very much indeed. Michael Kerr, thank you very much indeed. Simon McClam, Paul Whitehead, Navod Windet. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Facebook and YouTube and all my wonderful members and supporters out there. Louis Hambleton, good afternoon to you. A330 is on the move. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. So wind direction is such that it's sort of bringing the noise towards us, which is a good thing. Gentle breeze here at the moment. Direct headwind for these guys. Takeoff speed. Yeah. Okay, let me get my bearings. So this is the warm-up to the weekend, ladies and gents. We will be posting later on what time we're going to be on air tomorrow, whether it's a morning show, whether it's a sort of like midday show or what. I think it's more likely to be a morning show tomorrow. Little bit disappointed this morning, to be perfectly honest with you. Little bit of uncertainty about that Vamos 747. Great shame in as much that she came in very, very early. I mean, we're talking about, I woke up at the right time and she was off the coast of Cornwall, which is just terrible to see, man. You know, I mean, such a shame. And then I hear that Dame Vera Lynn's, oh look, he's going out intersect, I think. Is he coming straight over? No, he's coming straight over, so she's going to do a, why didn't he just, have they closed that? Oh, no, look, they've closed it off, look. They've closed that section off by the looks of it. Yeah, that taxiway is closed. And there as well, yeah, there as well. So he's going to have to do, cargo jet, you require 180. No score. RJ Di Stefano. Good afternoon to you on YouTube. Fraser Pritchard. Very good afternoon to you. Louis Hambleton, George Faulkner, PG's Aviation, Chubbs 69 UK, Stubby, Sam Beck, Sabira, John Shops, Oliver Perry Boot, good afternoon to you. Glenn Palmer, Drew Patterson, Abby Brown, Abby Braum, is it? Brogum, sorry, my apologies. Braum, confusing with the GHs. So interesting stuff to talk about this afternoon, whilst we wait for Cathay to arrive. This is their 800 variant, the freighter that we're going to see. We're very excited because it's the Queen of the Skies. Also today, it was Dame Vera Lynn's funeral. I think that's probably down in Sussex somewhere. BBMF doing a fly past for her funeral. I think they went out around about midday from Coningsby. Oh man, let me just get that quick. Let me just see if I can get that. Where's she at? Where's she at? She's way over there. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame I missed her banking. I just missed her banking. These bleeding eyes in the back of my head, I do, eh? Liam Costello, good afternoon to you, Liam. Elliot Reed, Ewan Cumming, good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good Friday. Hope you're having a good Friday. Whatever it is you're doing, hope you're doing it well and having a good one. Jeff Bristow, absolutely Simonized 41, richly deserved. Most definitely, it's great to see the BBMF honouring an icon of an era, really. She deserves a statue, that's for sure, I think. I mean, you know. Anyway, where am I talking about? They'll probably put one up in Ditchling, I'd imagine. Famous resident of beautiful little village in Sussex, Ditchling. Lived there all her life, I think, most of it anyway. Certainly lived there when I was used to cycle through on my bicycle on the way down to Brighton from Aywards Heath. This is Aywards Heath. Train at platform 4 is for Withersfield, Burgess Hill, Asset, Preston Park and Brighton. Or Aywards Heath, this is Aywards Heath, train at platform 4, Withersfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park and Brighton. Or the really quick one. Aywards Heath, Withersfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park, Brighton, quick train, coming on straight train platform 4, thank you. Sorry? Carol the Astronomer is in the house. We've been watching some great programs on the planets, I have to say. The ice planets. Okay, here we come. Here she comes now. So we're going to get a landing and then obviously follow her to the freight hub here at London Heathrow, and then have an issue there, as you can see, as we always do with the camera getting all sensitive. Oh, don't like the lights, don't like the lights, can't focus on the lights. So we've got a 747 today, at least. Sad to miss that Vamos, I'd have to say, but yeah, it's what it is. I'm sure we'll get it again. Yeah. Wow. Heavy on the reverses. I think she's heavy, man. Usually to Sheldon. No, well, yeah, she can come from Hong Kong direct sometimes, doesn't she? Or she does the rounds, doesn't she? Right. Okay, so I don't know whether that's general freight. Well, should be able to identify the freight that comes out of her, whether it's PPE or what. Snuffle Cuggle Pushy Pushall saying that it's a great angle for the landing. Indeed it is. It's a great shot, isn't it? Look how long that beautiful sleek 747-8 freighter is. Okay. Of course, interesting to note, I think it may just be aircraft movements, but two of the 747s from around the corner that we saw the other day have disappeared. No. 330. Star Alliance, is it? Air Canada by any chance or something like that? Air China Star Alliance, right, okay. $100. 40, 30, 20, 10, retard. Wow! What a beautiful, smooth landing, man. Just sort of like hopped it forward very neatly. Nice bit of reverser action. Cool, look at the reversers on that. Okay. Mandy Mole. Good afternoon, Mandy Mole. Preferring it on here than Facebook? Okay, well, some people do, some people don't. G'day, everybody, and welcome to everybody. Angeline Deacus, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much indeed. Lynn Keeble. Drew Lamb tuning in from Dalton, Georgia, I think that is. We have Qatar's 350, or is it? See now, I can see, flip the neck, there we go. Craig Lockett, good afternoon. Air Action 2257. Shane Sweetman, good afternoon to you. Stephen Owens, Karen Corcoran, Keith Cornell, Travel Blog, Les Tankard, Ramp H. Good job I bought the old, There's a typical button. So just keep an eye out for the door to open on Cathay 74. I don't think she's going to be using the nose load. She's not going to be going through the shut up, big nose. The nose loading capability, obviously, but that they're going to be using that. Half a denari for my life story. still a significant amount of uncertainty, it has to be said, towards the whole issue of people travelling. Obviously now it's far easier. It's far easier to travel now. However, it's all about how safe people feel in the environment that they're in, if you know what I mean. You know, when you go and stay in a hotel now, you can't exactly go out for dinner, you know, like you normally would. Yeah. Ciao guys! Hey yo. Key commentary. Yes, I can see Myrtle from here. Not everybody who's standing in it, but I can see the area where it is here. Andy Jones, good evening to you. Jeff Bristow, PG's Aviation. Ian Robbins, good afternoon. Angeline is tuning in from the Netherlands. Good afternoon to you. Lots of people sending stars. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Amy Hoskins there. Chiki Armitage. Great start to the weekend. Fantastic. Kenneth Brenner tuning in from California IA. Good afternoon to you. Barbara Twiss. Good afternoon to you. Phoebe Stern, off the subject. Alan Tonkinson. Due to be going to Florida in October, but their infection rates are still going through the roof. Well, yeah, I mean, Alan, I'll be honest with you, as it stands at the moment, just not looking good for the US until they sort of, you know, infection rates, like I say, going through the roof. Just purely because people are unfortunately taking that attitude. You know, it's up to them whether they do or they don't wear face masks or, you know, just planning to have rallies and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just surprised by, you know, when you're talking about 60,000 people being infected on a day, on one day, or 60,000 reports of infections, you know, and those sorts of numbers on a daily basis, you would have thought, well, I think it's time to do something pretty strict in terms of policing it now, you know what I mean? Because I think people are just, unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, man, you know, this modern world of technology, we're all in such a rush that yesterday's news, regardless of how tragic or how wonderful it is, it doesn't, you know, it just always, the novelty kind of wears off a lot with people. It's just human nature now, because we're in such a hurry in this digital world. We expect things to be, you know, back to normal, you know, toot sweet, and unfortunately, you know, it just isn't the case with this virus. It's serious. It's still here. You know, I just don't understand how some people don't, you know, they think it's all over now. You know, they're running on the pitch or whatever, but it's just not the case. It's still very, very much with us, and until everybody jointly realises that and steps in and does something about it, you know, we're going to suffer, we're going to struggle. Air Action 2257, it's pouring down in Leeds. Wow. Hugh Taylor, thank you very much indeed. Swiss A320 next. That's good. Is this the A320 Neo perhaps? Because they have been bringing in their Neo. Engines don't look sort of big enough. Let's have a little look. No? Is it a 220? That's a 320 Neo, isn't it? I think. No, that's an A220. That's a 220. There's two in the last sort of like 40 minutes, I think. beautiful plane. Look at that beautiful plane. Airbus's future family single aisle jet is the way that I'm hearing at the moment. That's their plans for the A220 anyway. Come 100% efficient in terms of emissions. 100% emission free by 2035 they're planning with that jetliner. The frequent flyer, tuning in from down the road at London Heathrow. Good afternoon to everybody watching right now. Craig Lockett, you heard it. Little mini howl from those Leap 1As. Kylie Gammon is saying, "G'day, good afternoon from Dylan Gammon, aged 7. Oh, bless him. There you go, Dylan. Hope you're enjoying the big planes, Dylan. John Jackson, welcome to Executive, my friend. Mikey Stevens, big engines for a small plane. Yeah, that's basically the bill. That's the bottom line is that's basically what sort of like gave the 737 MAX its issues. Big engines, small plane. Airbus, on the other hand, kind of got away with it in terms of it's still, from what I'm hearing, it's still quite twitchy in crosswinds because of its big engine dimensions compared to the CEO. But certainly bottom line is that the onboard computers were fighting against what the engines wanted to do in terms of climb, descend. Yeah, hopefully something that Boeing will, they've already started a test program, the latest test program with the MAX. Let's hope that bears fruit and is successful. CEO, current engine option, and of course the larger engine option is the NEO, the new engine option. Nice. Wow. You copy, GP? Yeah? Okay. Yes. Tracy wanting me to say good night to Al before he goes to bed. Is it Al? Arlo. Night night, Arlo. Take care, dream of planes. There we go. Architect design. Oh, you're kidding, mate. Oh. See the door now open on the Cathay Pacific 747 freighter there, folks. Yeah. Flying. She's flying. Look at that. Is that what they said? So from what I'm seeing, that is PPE coming out of that jumbo there. That is, that looks very much like PPE coming out of that 747. Air Action 2257, upgraded membership to first class. Thank you, Air Action 2257. BCal Pam, good afternoon to you. PG's Aviation and Travel. Simon Knock, Brian Mitchell. Over there on Facebook, Caleb Weather Dude, good afternoon to you, Caleb. Hope you're well. Jenny Wright, thank you very much indeed. Valerie Dickens. Carol Cupcake. Paul Skilling. PG's, Daniel Hill, M14 guy from Dallas, Fort Worth. We, looks like maybe, hold on, let's let this one go out. Might be doing an air show, folks, in, at the end of September, live on Big Jet TV. Just started talking to the guys. There's an air show that's coming up at the end of September. We'll keep you informed on that once we're a little bit more sort of like knowledgeable on it in terms of us live streaming it. Big shout out to Colin, who very kindly came over to me at Mildenhall the other day. Had a good chat with him in between the rain. Turned out good though, didn't it, mate? Wow, look at all that PPE coming out of that thing, man. There's a lot of stuff they can get on that plane. Susan Hurst, welcome to Economy. Jenny Wright, thank you very much indeed. George Adams, a perfect start to the weekend. Harrison Fenson, Diesel 1313, Nick McNair, Mrs. Charchie. There we go. Phil Loxon, good afternoon to you. Curlius January, Neil Hubbard, Mark Wallace, good afternoon to you, everybody. Now, here's a couple of things that we can have a little brief chat about. Plan for the end of the month, folks. We might be switching things around a little bit in terms of having a monthly catch-up with all of you guys live from Big Jet TV Towers, basically. It will be an interactive a show with all of us, but what we're asking you guys is to look back on the previous month. In other words, look back into June, whenever you want to do it, if you want to do it now, and pick out your favourite moment and send it to us on email about your favourite moment. And of course, on the night, I will read out those requests. And it's a bit like a disco, but without the music. it's video. And we will be going to our video channels, usually YouTube, just because of the well, it might be Facebook as well, we don't know, but generally, whether you're YouTube or Facebook, send in your request for your favourite moment of the month from June the 1st. Oh, sorry, hold on a minute, we're in July, aren't we? Yeah. So from July the 1st through till the end of the month, and we will get together at the end of the month and have a sing-song. No, we won't have a sing-song. We will talk about what happened in the month, what's coming up, about you guys, about changes that we've made, how popular things are, merchandise and all that kind of stuff, because you guys like to get involved in conversation, and that's what it's all about. We'll all get together. Oh, it's Eva Air, is it? Oh, okay. Looks like the new livery as well. Oh, he fancied greasing that. Turkish Dreamliner coming out. That's it, that. Yeah, the whole shopping experience. Oh, look. Is he? Oh, I think he's being towed to gate. If he's going in that direction, he's going the wrong way, isn't he, to be coming out? So he's going from remote to gate. Tow! Well, that means that he might be coming out within the hour. Just don't know. You just don't know. Wendy Kemp, good afternoon and welcome to membership. London Midland Train Spotter, 1988. Good afternoon to you. Let me just... China Eastern, yeah. 20 past. Oh my good God. Matt Rayner asking about the jacket. Yes, to be honest with you, Matt, it definitely passed the first test. And it was quite a significant test, it has to be said. Yeah, most definitely. Haven't tested in a proper downpour yet, but trust me, that there was enough water dropped on that jacket on the other day up at Lakenheath and Mildenhall to substantiate a positive result in terms of its capabilities. Is it not? Look at the big panda on him, look. Look at the big panda on him, look. Cool. I like that. That's a cool livery, that is. George Adams, regarding Virgin, I really don't think they're going to go bust, Virgin. I can't see it happening myself. I hope not, anyway. My only concern is the longer that people are ignorant and have that I'm all right, Jack attitude, the longer this is going to drag on, I'm afraid. That's my prediction. I think humanity's arrogance and ignorance, not everybody, but those people that are deciding to sort of like, you know, make their own minds up rather than follow the advice of the people who know, are potentially going to ruin it for everybody else. I think that's what's kind of happening, you know. Do what? It was what? Yeah, the shop, the jacket's in the shop, folks. If anybody wants to have a little look, bigjet.shop, where you need to go. Talking about shopping, I tell you what, this whole one-way system and social distancing, it works in most applications, Sainsbury's, you know, supermarkets, you know, Boots, basically shops where you have an opportunity to go in the opposite direction or somewhere else in the store without having to sort of like tag behind someone forever and ever. I went into Marks and Spencer's just to get something to eat, just a little snack earlier on, and it's quite interesting. They've got a one-way system. You know, stay on the left when you come in and stay on the right when you go out. Well, obviously, a lot of people sort of like ignoring that and like just wandering around all over the place. But if you're in the slightest bit impatient in terms of like if you're a driver and you've got a slow old lady, lovely old lady in her car in front of you, and you're trying to get to wherever you need to get to, and you're in a little bit of a hurry, I wouldn't recommend going in and trying the one-way system at Marks and Spencer's, at least not the one in Staines, because there is no emergency sort of like, you know, once you're stuck behind Mabel and Gwyneth, oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, like that. Yeah. Oh, George would like that, wouldn't he? Having a look at the bras and the skirts on the way in. It's not as funny when you do it the second time, is it? But yeah. Stuck behind, because once you're in a queue of people walking slowly, then you've got the person right at the front who's really slow, then the person who's behind that person is obviously slowing right down, and if you're four deep, you're in trouble, man. Is there someone over the top of me, or is that Eva Air Triple? I think that's that Eva Air Triple making all that noise. Yeah. No. Cool, that would have been a great set-in today, wouldn't it? That China Eastern with that panda on it, and if that had been the Hello Kitty Eva, that would have been fantastic. Yeah, with the Korean. Yeah, the Korean's in town as well, folks. Great livery on the Korean with the, what is it, the boy band, is it? It's where we used to see Air New Zealand parking up, wasn't it? got to say a big shout out to Andy Kitson. Andy, if you're watching, apologies I haven't been in touch, but Andy, an amazing artist. He's an artist, a real artist, it has to be said, a proper sort of like, you know, painting artist. He's done some amazing pictures, gave me a couple of prints, one of, I think it's Ronnie Peterson, and the other one, what was the other one? Hamilton, that's it. Number 44. Obviously done, painted from stills, but looking really smart. Great skills. And of course, we're going to be speaking to Andy about possibly doing some special edition shirts for you guys to buy. It will basically be artists. It'll be an artist impression, you know, a painting of an aircraft. And we've obviously requested a few people, if they want to send in their favourite pictures, they could get selected for those unique one-off t-shirts designs. What, going overhead or? Okay. It's going to be tricky, mate. It's quite overcast. So like I say, folks, hold on a minute. My favourite bit. Should we set up an email address? Best bits. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Yeah, best bits at bigjet.tv. Should we do that? It's a bit late now because I've already said it and people are already probably typing it in. So, folks, we're going to do something a little bit different outside of the normal remit. Our end of month get together is now going to be a general sort of like show with everybody getting together like we normally do, but going over the previous month and having a chat, a little bit of music, a little bit of fun, little bit of chat and discussion and so on and so forth, and maybe get some pilots involved. We'll see how we go with that. Obviously got to be a little bit careful because obviously these pilots are under strict instructions not to talk to media outside of you know, especially in a live environment, but anyway, so that's something that we're going to be doing. Nick Fazy, good afternoon to you, or is it Fazzy? Fazy, good afternoon to you. Yeah, we've also. I spoke with these guys today. Almost definitely got a show on the cards. Aerotiques. Is it Aerotiques or an Aerotique? Aerotiques, I think. Let's just have a little look here. There we go. Aerotiques. Check them out, folks. Aero, A-E-R-O-T-I-Q-U-E-S. Aerotiques. A company based here in the UK, basically taking components, engine components, and making them into furniture. Everything from the huge conference office conference table made out of like a wing structure, right down to turbine blades from a Tornado, which are small enough to be a key ring, which we will be visiting there, looking at their facility, how they basically produce all this stuff, and what they've got available. And of course, I did tell him that he probably needs to buy a few more of the blades, because being as they're only 15 quid, they look pretty smart and very unique. I think they have a serial number stamped on them as well, from the Tornado engine. Ladies and gents, those ones that are currently available at the moment. Obviously, you can buy the big polished version from a fan blade, you know, all polished up. And of course, Tinkerbell donated some of her skin or paneling to the guys down at Aerotique, and they've got some beautiful polished panels, which if you visit their website, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And great guys as well. There we go, to bash mode. Aerotiques has really nice things. There we go. Yes, Helen, that's what we're testing at the moment. We're going to sort of like do the, in place of the quiz, we're going to do the get together, which is, you know, which is basically what the quiz is anyway. There's a lot of me waffling on and more interaction with everybody basically, and especially as you guys have the opportunity to send in your requests for best parts of shows during the month, which we were really quite surprised. I think we're only on the what date are we on today? The 10th, and we've done 9 shows this month or something crazy like that, isn't it? Or pretty much. Okay, nice. Titan 757 today. What's that? Lancaster Bomb. Spitfire Hurry. Can't miss that. Floated that one. Yeah, poor old Graham Bessie. Did you buy shoes from us? I was looking at that going, hold on a minute. I didn't know we sell shoes. But there we go. Emma Funnell, good afternoon to you. Good to have you here, Emma. Welcome, Laura Ribbons, Paul MK, Simon Knock, Jack, Swiss A320neo just pushed back. Thank you very much indeed, Jack. Phoebe Stern, good afternoon to you. Got quite a few single aisles pushing back now. New regulations today, I think it was. I think it's I think the new restrictions have been. It's the new era of restrictions, in it, until the next era of restrictions, if you see what I mean. But today, depending upon what country you're coming back from or coming from, you don't need to go through 14 days of quarantine. This looks like this might be Air India. Coming in pretty hot. Look at that wing, ladies and gentlemen. No, what, sorry? Is it? Oh yeah, so it is. Completely missed that. Look at the nose up on the 747, folks. Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. Must be some it's just very interesting to see that. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we'll have to catch that closing then, won't we? Missing a lot today, me old son. People watching and seeing that wing flex, which is pretty cool. Nice looking tap neo. .320 neo with Swiss. So today's Swiss have their 320 neo and their A220 in at London Heathrow, which is quite interesting. Now this looks like a 350. That's what I like it, Heathrow, look at that. Fraser Pritchard. I think, to be honest with you, Fraser, I think the majority of it is PPE that's coming out the back, but why they've got stuff going in the front, they might have something special going in, like an engine or something like that. Who knows? British Airways, A350, ladies and gents. Easy. Yeah. Took a big swing on it. Wow. Water spray, I think. It's not so I think that's water spray, something being washed. Yes, yes, yes. Nicholas Diogo, BA from Johannesburg, is over France. Thank you, sir. TCC loving the wing on the 350. They're all works of art, it has to be said, these new modern jetliner wings. Hugh Jones, thank you. Jenny Wright, you're absolutely right. Jenny, it is great to see the aircraft lining up like that again. Certainly not the sort of like volume that we're used to, especially as one of those is going out and one of them's just come in. But hey, you know, the frequency is there. And we're getting there, you know, slowly but surely. It's all about now. It's now all about people's safety and how sure they feel about travelling. Because let's face it, when you go overseas, it's not just, you've got to think about the food as well. Eating is so important, you know. Wow, he's gone up quick. Neil Gandy, good afternoon to you. Heather Harriman, thank you very much indeed. What's wrong with the sound? Susanna Thompson asking. I don't know. What is wrong with the sound? Also, ladies and gents, and I know a few of you are going to be like, "I bleeding told him about that. Why didn't he listen to me?" Well, probably because I didn't see a comment, but it was sort of staring me in the face in terms of testing it. But something that I'll be honest with you, I've never used it before. I've not used it on my windscreen of my car, my van, or anything like that, on my glasses. I will do now though. I bought some Rain-X, folks. I bought some Rain-X. Tested it on the spare camera, and you are currently looking through a layer of Rain-X on the screen of this camera. And only time will tell in terms of, you know, how effective it is. Obviously, it's a lot different when you're traveling at speed in a vehicle. The rain, it will disperse a lot easier off of the windshield, especially if you've got a dispersant like the Rain-X coating. However, with a camera lens where you're static like I am here, I just don't know whether it's going to be effective or not. But hey, at least we've got an option to test it, and I've managed to get myself some little application spray bottles, filled up 100ml one rather than bringing the whole great big Rain-X 2 litre, 1 litre, whatever it was, container with me. I just filled up a little 100ml spray bottle, and we'll bit like perfume, give yourself a little spray underneath the neck. And we'll see how effective it is on the next rainy day. Not that I really would want that. It has to be said. Martin Smith better go back to Lakenheath to test it out. Let's get a nice rainy day, shall we? And test it out. I'll do it in the garden, I think. He's going to remote, I think. Yeah, it'll work. It'll look like M14 guy saying there that he used it on helicopter windshields. Well, it will work on anything that moves fast at any speed at all. Cars, any type of vehicle or vehicle. If you're an American policeman, step away from the vehicle. But for us in this situation where we're static, how effective it is only time will tell. So we'll just have to wait and see. Iberia's 350 coming out, very beautiful. Look, Aer Lingus new A321 NX in the new livery. That's the long-range variant of that aircraft, folks. Visually, no different than the standard. Read all about it aircraft, but obviously just. I think she has actually a bigger belly tank, or she just has a belly tank built in. So I'll tell you what, actually. Martin Smith asking about the Lakenheath incident. Well, to be honest with you, I think it was. I don't think it was anything major. I think the biggest part of it. Sorry about that. The biggest part of it was the fact that the aircraft was arrested. Excuse me, sir. You're under arrest. But I think that was. Because they used the arrestor system. Because they used the arrestor system, it can actually. It needs to be reset, I think. Once it's used. Hold on a minute. Looks like they're done with offloading that PPE out the side of that Cathay 747. Let's just have a little look. Still trying to see whether something coming out the front. Possibly a long piece of cargo. General freight, definitely that is general freight coming out the front, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah! Beautiful shot going into sunset light. Fantastic. Brian Stubbles, Air India on finals. Thank you! Louis Hambleton, tomorrow. We will be here tomorrow. Louis. Oh, when next week? Next week we will say about that. Next week is this runway is closing down for 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be at the Renaissance the next 3 months. Obviously not literally every show. Look at that. Could be Los Angeles, that, couldn't it, eh? Oh. Oh yeah! Sorry folks, got a little bit, yeah. Yes, next Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. the return of Emirates A380 service to London Heathrow. Not the kind of frequency that we're used to seeing. However, the good news is that firstly, we'll be here to witness that, and secondly, it's just another notch towards normality returning here at London Heathrow and around the world, of course. Dunno. Sandbeck, yes, A380 next Wednesday. So that's a date, folks. Let's make it a date right now, and of course we'll give you information as and when we hear about it. Just testing equipment there. Spitfire near Eastbourne, Jeff White saying. Well, if you're over at Eastbourne, mate, make your way up here, come across Heathrow. Oh, Ian Cummings saying tomorrow's schedule there is a Swissair 330-300 due at 1 p.m. Thank you very much indeed. That we'll keep a note of that. Phil Parker, zoom in there. Zoom into what? What do you want me to zoom into, Phil? Something with Wi-Fi, I think. What's that? Saw that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think all the PPE has been offloaded. What's that? Yeah, it'll be fine, man. It'll be fine, yeah. So preparations already being made for closure of the runway. You can see the entry point to 27 left for the southern from aircraft that would normally come out from T4. Would have to do a switchback across the active runway, back down the taxiway that you're seeing this Emirates 777 come through, and then back onto the active runway. Tron Hunter, loving the view. Thanks, Tron Hunter. Yeah, it is a good view. It is a great view. John Tippings, loving this, new to the channel. Welcome, John. Welcome to anybody who's new. You're watching Big Jet TV live from London Heathrow. This is our, just a build-up to the weekend here on Big Jet TV. We will be live tomorrow. We'll send out a notification. If you're new to the channel, make sure you download the app, folks. No in-store purchases. I have to emphasise that there are no in-store purchases. The app is purely carries out one purpose, and that is to notify our viewers. Primarily our members as well, just to keep them more up to date, it has to be said, than more reliably updated than YouTube or Facebook, because as we are all aware, YouTube and Facebook notifications can be unreliable at times. It literally depends on what side of the bed they get out of at YouTube and Facebook on the day, whether they can be bothered to send them out or not. Only joking, of course, but which is a bit of a shame. But the great thing is that we do our notifications manually, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to miss anything. So download the app, folks. That's the best place to get it. Is this Canada? No, another Air India Dreamliner. Somebody just told us that. Say it, man. It's terrible, man. Yeah, you see the wing just lose all its lift and just flex downwards, lose all its flex. James Alexander Parkhouse, I want to get some mini rolls today, but I was told there's a shortage due to someone in London buying them all. Davina 2, good afternoon to you. Pilot Paul Chogsaway, Kelvin Grant. Brilliant, man. Oh, it is. Wow, look at that cloud there, man. I mean, I like my clouds, man, but look at that. It looks like a big, just, someone's cut the bottom off a bit, like sliced the bottom off, look. Pretty impressive. It's London for you, folks. And look right over there, the radio tower from Alexander Ali Pali, isn't it? Isn't that Alexander Palace over there? It's not the Eiffel Tower, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander Palace, I think. The old radio tower. Germany calling, Germany calling. This is the BBC. Welcome to the home service. Tonight, discussing the shortage in the UK of chocolate and sponge and jam. It's our Docklands over there, I think it is. Look at that. What is impressive, in fact, the Docklands is behind that block of flats there. You could just about from here. Is that the? Oh no, it's not. Those cranes. It's just bleeding cranes everywhere, isn't there? Alexander Palace, yeah. Alexander Palace, yeah. Ali Palace, yeah. You see the just about see. Thanks for getting in the way, Crane. But that's the Shard. The Northwest Tower. Now look here! Yeah. Dave White, ITV at Crystal Palace, okay. Z4, we're on top of the Hilton Garden Inn, my friend. Kind of gives it away with what's the little banner on the bottom right hand side there, Z4. Where exactly do you get these views? I haven't found anywhere to actually see the touchdowns. Yeah, you won't unfortunately find anywhere for the southern runway. Yeah, there really isn't anywhere other than there is another hotel on the sort of like the southern sector, which and I don't know what these guys do down here on my left, but I prefer to sort of like stick with if you want to come here, Z4, you can come here to the Hilton Garden Inn, but a little word of advice: if you do, you will get a 30% discount as a member here on Big Jet TV, but you need to be aware that this runway is going to be closed from Sunday evening for another 3 months. We will come up here periodically and do have a little gaze through the net curtains. Oh, look at Mr. Miggins having his drive done. Isn't it lovely? Do you want a cup of tea, love? Just ask him. Go on, see if he wants to digest him, because then we can ask him what he's doing on the runway. Do you want a cup of tea, love? Benjamin Amundsen, good afternoon to you, my friend. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Michaela Marshall, I just want some cake. Hello from Iraq, Mustafa, good afternoon to you. Beverly Jeffers, good afternoon to you. Arshin Kumar tuning in from Dubai. Thank you, Arshin. Katie Sale, I don't know about that. I mean, the Shard's pretty tall, I've got to say. Tallest building in Europe at the moment, while we're still part of it. Be strict to that, of course, once we yeah, still technically the largest building in Europe. Yeah. We'll have some of that. Let's live here. Yeah. Oh, Stan would love that, wouldn't he, eh? Nice pair of corduroys. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Timmy Toothpicks in the house, Scott Tarpley. Reke Rat is just downloading the app. Thank you, Reke Rat. The best place for it in terms of staying up to date with Big Jet TV, purely because that is what we are, folks. We are a live aviation streaming channel, and therefore we don't want you to miss any live action. In general, our MO is all about live. Hey! Oh, Colin, don't talk Formula One, please, my friend. Jazzy John Grinham, Simonised 41. John Bollen. John, it was Gilly was the technician behind the app. We both basically developed it and designed it ourselves. Would that be right, Gilly? But really, the brains behind it was Gilly in terms of the technology, because I just say, can we do that? But can we change it to that? Yeah. No, do that, tweak that, turn that over there, put that over there. Yeah. That's nice. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Charchi, what do you think? Yeah, you happy with that? Right, okay. Yeah, Gilly, go ahead. Anyway, Mark Collier, good afternoon to you. Yeah, just be aware, if you're in a rush, don't go into those stores where like department stores, you know, where there's you know, single file traffic, because you might get stuck behind a couple of lovely old ladies on the hunt for a new vest for Stan. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, I haven't seen one of them before. Yeah. Sorry, love. Can I just get by you there? Oh, no, can't overtake. No, can't overtake that bloke either. Oh, going into the wrong lane of traffic here. I've got people coming towards me. Oh, you can't take a shortcut around past the hats and shoes, because by the time you take that shortcut, chances are that they've sped up a little bit and you're back behind them, or even back behind the people that you were behind, if you know what I mean. So it's a little bit difficult if you're obviously being polite whilst you're walking through these department stores. Anyway, you have to be there. So I've got a new fluffy wind sock covering on the mic today, ladies and gents. Should be working very well, because it's an official ceremonic cover. I can hear an engine start up. Can you hear it? Wayne, welcome Wayne. Ian Jones, good afternoon to you. Wayno! Teenager in sack, is that BA hangar there for the 380? No, Teenager in sack. That is, that hangar there is, you get anything in it but the 380. The 380 hangar is right round the corner from me. Those smaller hangars there, that low profile hangar there, is the old BEA hangars there, these ones here, where they used to park up the Tridents, the old jets back in the day. And that's of course I think that's on the heritage list or something like that. They're not allowed to alter the building, so that's one of the original parts of London Airport. Of course, the old brick buildings of years gone by, with the Queen's building mixed in there somewhere amongst all that infrastructure. Yeah, I think they probably maybe even knocked it down. There's very little left in terms of the original buildings there. Sounds like something's running his engine. 321 now. Very interesting, simple system used to open and close that nose. Literally, it is obviously on an upper hinge, and two literally screws, as they're called, will operate the winders that will push the door up on hydraulics as well. So hydraulic winders, basically. And then, of course, you've got, I think, 28 separate locks that have to be activated. before you get the green light inside that nose section. Shut up, big nose. Paul Tuner, good afternoon to you, and welcome everybody, new members to Big Jet TV. Simon I's had many a happy day spotting up on Terminal 1 and 2 of Queen's Building. Pavandeep Sohal, Terminal 4 is over there, my friend. That is Terminal 4. Currently not in use. Other than for... we've seen a few go round the back there, haven't we? Round the back of the bike sheds. You behind the bike sheds! Stand still, laddie! He's still having it going, isn't he? Look, 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 look. Look, there he is, look, there he is, look. Look at him getting all angry, look. Getting all angry, look. Martin Smith, that's a good question. Will you be visiting the Antonov cargo people again soon? On it constantly, Martin. I did have a... it's a shame because I had a communication from the guys at Milan Malpensa just before we went into lockdown that there was a 124 going into MSP, and that we could have gone there to film that airside with them. We've got an open ticket basically with the guys out at Milan. Great bunch of guys. Did a show with them. Check it out on our YouTube channel or on Facebook in our library. You'll be able to see that. Cargo City at Milan Malpensa. What you got? Oh, happy birthday to Ben Willis, who's watching with Paul Turner, or Paul Turner is aware that he is watching. Is that? Something like that. Happy birthday, mate. Love that Japan Airlines livery. You've got to love that. Yeah, so the plan is most definitely always we're putting the feelers out for doing airside stuff with the Antonov and the Aviation as well. But I have to say, just looking at the popularity of that show from EMA a week or so ago, it was probably actually less than a week ago, but time does fly here on Big Jet TV, literally. It was Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah. A big shout out to Johan Reed Aspley as well for giving me the heads up on that weekly service. But yeah, I mean, and also to is it Steve? Was it Steve who came and saw me use in the ops? I think it's Steve-O. From the ops room. No, Steve-O's definitely. I'm sure it's Steve from the operations centre at East Midlands. If we get the heads up that we know that there's a Russian freighter coming in, then by all means we'll head up to EMA, but we'll also put the feelers out. The thing is with these guys is you've got to appreciate that there's a lot of sort of like secrecy literally goes on with these cargo charter companies and freighters. There's a number of different people involved in the chain. Everybody might be up for it, but just one person only has to say no, we don't want anyone filming it, and then the kibosh is literally put straight onto the whole idea. It's happened on a number of occasions with us, unfortunately, where we've been ready to go, we've been ready to film, and it's unfortunately fallen through at the last moment. Because as you can appreciate, you've got a number of hoops to jump through. Airport security, organising parking for the vehicle, organising security, organising an escort. There normally has to be an escort with us, usually a representative of the airport, and of course whenever I do an airside piece I always feel like I'm sort of like, you know, really taking up their time, and I always feel a little bit sort of like, you know, does he want to go home or something like that, you know, whereas I just want to stand out here and film planes all day. Yeah, it's one of those things that we're constantly working on. Sea of paper literally on my desk, which is just phone calls, emails going out to people about show ideas, proposals, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's never easy. And one of the things that you always come up against, I have to say this, is lazy media departments who really, unfortunately, they've got a job in the media department, but they're not that passionate about the product or the airline, or they don't even really care much for aviation in general. Wow, look at that for an intersect. So, you know, trying to get them turned on about it is very difficult, and that's literally one of the first firewalls that you come up against. You know, right from the moment when you phone them up, you know, hello, this is so-and-so cargo airline, how can I help you? Oh yeah, hi there. My name's Jerry, I'm a producer with Big J. Oh yes, how can I help you, lovey? Well, I was just wondering if I could possibly speak with somebody in your marketing team. Oh, well, you're going to have to send them an email, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, can I just put it... Oh, hold on a minute, lovey. You know, and it's either that. You know, it's always a tricky one. It's always tricky. Even making the first sort of like introduction can be difficult. However, on the other hand, you call someone like the chap that I phoned down at Aerotique this morning, Aerotiques, and he was turned on to it right away. He was like, I completely know where you're coming from, let's do a show on it. So that's in the bag, basically. Very, very simple. So they either get it or they don't get it, and if they don't, they might half get it. You send them an email a week later, you chase them up. Hi there, it's Jerry, Big Jet TV, just checking, making sure, it's a courtesy call really, just make sure you got my email. I don't know, I'll have to check. Who was it again? It's like, no. Hello? Hello? Sorry, that's a bit loud. This is the USA calling. Yeah, it's a tricky old business, I have to say, folks. It's not like, you know, we can just pick the phone up and you know, expect these folks to know who we are or what we do or anything like that. But it is quite surprising how many people, understandably, don't understand the power of live streaming and how informative it could be. It can be in terms of a tool that they can use. Of course, we're recording this onto our own system as well. So any footage that they want to use, and also it's absolutely free as well. I don't charge anyone anything to do all of this. You know, if I speak to Lufthansa, for example, and they want me to do a delivery flight, you know, live stream this or live stream that, never charge them. Another massive intersect, about a third of the way down the runway, I think, possibly using there. But yeah, it's always tricky, folks, and so you know, but I'm doing my best. Who the hell's that? Hello, mate. Can I give you a call back later? I'm on air. All right, mate. Thanks, fella. Cheers. That was Paul from ARD. I wanted to ask him if he's got a model of rivet joint. Okay, which channel's that on, Jilly? Okay. Alec Padley, never a dull moment. Got James Alexander, Parkhouse. Sorry about that. That's the little 220 going out, isn't it? How high up is it? Is it like a paragraph? You know, one of them that I'll see. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's the name on the post, is it? Okay, let me see if I can find that. You're doing what, lovey? You're a live team, eh? No, live stream. Live team. No, live stream. Okay, yeah, I'll tell him. What's that, Maureen? Right, okay, what was I going to do then? Oh, yeah, that was it. Let's just scroll all the way up here, see if we can find them. We have a big group of people sitting there watching it on the big screen. Okay, so Mark Hancock asking for a big shout out to Mark, Troy, Bob and Sue in Conway, North Wales. We're watching you live on the big screen. Hey! All the way down there in Wales. Great place, Wales. Great place to go ride your bike if you're into your downhill stuff. Mark Richardson, good afternoon to you. Elizabeth Maria Andreo, good afternoon. Anshul, when does heavy comes? Well, Anshul, we've had a couple of heavies, and we're obviously focusing on that one at the moment that you're looking at right there. Hoping to see a few more go out, but heavies, if you want heavies, make sure you tune in next Wednesday, because next Wednesday we have a very special show welcoming back Emirates A380 here at London Heathrow. How about that, folks? That's going to be a very big warm welcome, literally big warm welcome for Emirates and their A380. Blimey, Stephen Owens, what a stat. Wow, 80 years ago today. 80 years today. Paul Rosser, Capital A330, due at 8:18. Be able to get that. It's a great place if you're Welsh. Oh, I love Wales. Hardest rally stages in the world. The Welsh stages, has to be said. I think so anyway. Very challenging conditions. Great shot with that Concorde BOAB Alpha Bravo in shot. I mean, look at the difference in the noses. Look. Isn't that beautiful? Looks like the old Comet, doesn't it? The Dreamliner. I can't remember who it was that said that, but as soon as they said it, I was like, you know what? That's absolutely right. Chris Tyler, yes, we will be from here tomorrow. Warncliffe being my local. Chris Tyler, where's Warncliffe? I'll join you for a ride, mate. I'm always happy to join people for rides. Stephen O's, he says I made him sound like he was 80 today. Poor old Stephen. All right there, sir. All right there. Jeff Bundy, indeed, Virgin is going to intersect. Phoebe Stern, I don't have a clue when the next 747 leaves Manchester. We're on the case with that one, folks, and we'll let you know as soon as we hear as well. We've got our ears firmly to the ground on that one. John Grinham, Lawrence Cope, thank you, John. Kenneth Story, Mark Willis, HGC, Adrian Anderson. Well, fortunately, yes, Mark, I agree. She does. She needs to be propped up on a stage on plinths, literally. It wouldn't cost a lot of money to do, it has to be said. And I'm sure if Heathrow put it out to tender, I'm sure that there would be some a developer out there who would be willing to contribute his time and equipment to build those plinths, 3 of them, and give her a better place to be, you know, because at the moment she's just surrounded by bits and bobs and, you know, access steps and generators and old bits of this, that and the other. Terrible, really, to be honest with you. I think it's an absolute disgrace. Light her up underneath as well. Put a nice big blue light under her so that at night time when you're coming into Heathrow you can see her, because at the moment you don't see sod all. So, you know, it's terrible, really. Anyway, we've had so many discussions about that, and it falls on deaf ears, unfortunately, ladies and gents. Personally, you know, had I been involved in the design phases of Terminal 5, I would have said, what's the possibility if we rip out everything from inside the Concorde, obviously sell that to charity, you know, for charity, but basically take her engines out, take the interior out, bring her right down to unbelievable weight, and then could you hang her from the ceiling inside T5, in some way display her? That would have been fantastic. Duncan Orr. Ah, really? Okay. Yes, it will. Oh my goodness me, it will. It definitely will. Yeah, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it? No, it'll be about 11 o'clock in the morning, by which time, yeah. Now here comes that special Korean boy band liveried 777. Duncan Orr's just played a quick 9 holes. What January trip would that be? Blimey. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, we did a did San Francisco, Los Angeles, didn't we? January, February, wasn't it? Or January? Was it February? It's February, wasn't it? And then we got closed down, and then we got back from there and we got closed down. Another Air India 2 out, Brian Stubble saying. Blimey O'Reilly. There's a lot of flipping Air Indias in today. See, a little bit twitchy, aren't they, eh? Those Neos. Oh yeah, Jane Alder, Pepsi, yes, Korea. Can very easily be those people who don't know aviation could just jump into here and then go, oh, look at that plane with the Pepsi logo on the back of it. Stephen Billings, thank you. Adam Curley, Virgin to Johannesburg, just taken off. That's the flight I know well, though I've always gone BA, Adam saying. Blimey. Jackie Chowdhury, sorry. What's happening? Aviation's what's happening, Jackie. Or Jackia, sorry. Looks like a triple inbound. Yes, I do remember the Pepsi Concorde. Alan B, it is a good view from up on the roof. It's just a shame they're shutting the bleeding runway down in 2 days. That's why we're going to do a double header this weekend, folks, just so we can get as much action from up here as we can. You can see the turn on point for that runway already closed off. A lot of taxiways closed off over there. That turn on point is completely closed off. Already preparing for the big dig here at London Heathrow. So oh, that's their name, is it? Super M, is it? Is that the band's name, is it? So still, is this China? Air China triple? It is. I love the old girl. Looks go tight on our undercarriage here, folks. Yeah! Sweet. Valerie and the gang watching in Las Vegas. Wow. Now is that... Yeah, no, there were some bikes. Gaz Grill, good afternoon to you. Alan B, Mark Wallace, Keith Cornell, B Calpam, Steve Mins, thank you Steve, or Mines, sorry. Was that livery BTS? Oh, that's what people are saying about BTS. Is that the name of the band, is it? Andrew Cooper, yes, the newer planes are quieter, significantly quieter than the older planes. When you're talking about age, in terms of, like, you know, how far back are you going? If you look at the even modern era A320 CEO versus the NEO, the new bigger high bypass ratio turbofans, which were on the CEOs, it has to be said, but the old IAE engines on BA versus the NEO engines, you know, the LEAP 1A engines on those newer variant of aircraft, far quieter, but not just quieter, but also a much more fuel efficient engine, so therefore less emissions, somewhere in the region of, I think, compared to the other engines, 30% in some cases, 30% less emissions, which is really significant. I think, you know, I mean, basically the basic engine design now is, the bigger the engine, the more air you can ingest, the less sort of like stresses are on the engine itself. Because of the technology they have now, means that they can, wow, look at that bank, yeah. They can improve the efficiency of the engine massively. Of course, use of titanium blades been on the cards for many years now with Rolls-Royce, as well as the carbon blade design that you get with General Electric. I think Rolls-Royce experimenting still with carbon blades, but General Electric being sort of miles ahead on that technology. Adrian Anderson, do planes take off at full power? Not really, no. Usually, I think sort of like, it depends on the weight of the aircraft, of course. Sometimes it sounds like they're going out full power, but I think most of the time the maximum would be sort of like around about 70% power. Wow, look at this shot here. Sorry about that. This is big. It's definitely Lakenheath, isn't it? Coningsby and, you know, what? Well, actually, Coningsby is fine, I think. It's just mainly Lakenheath. No. Watching Feather It, folks. Look at the elevators at the back. Watch him feather it. Watch him feather it. Look, 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 look. See? Flapping the elevators just to bring the front down nice and soft. Beautifully demonstrated there, young man. Or young lady, of course. Blimey. A teenager in sack, ground idle. Minus 65%. Interesting. Or ground idle, 65%. Ground idle is 65%. VC10s, Mark Willis, yes. VC10s, haha. 707s, DC8s, 727. James Alexander Parkhouse, J. Eames, Bob Copsey. Oh dear, Dylan Smith, yes. Dylan Smith just mentioning there about next Wednesday. That could be complicated, couldn't it? That could be very complicated. What's that? Say that again. Sorry, just repeat. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That flew the retirement 747s out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's he saying? Oh. Oh, okay, okay. We're going to need a Ferrari, aren't we? Get about 1,500 speeding tickets on the way down. Wow. We actually need a helicopter is what we need. Chris Howard, a few weeks in, how the sticks are fine. More about the head, Howard. It has to be said. Always about the head, you know, its capability in the true test. I have to be honest with you, will come in the winter with the sticks, because I do recall with the last set, and I didn't tell you this lot. I didn't tell you lot this, just because I was obviously caught up in what I was doing. But when I went out and met Jay in Chicago, the first day we got there, went out onto this little platform, and the head just froze. It wouldn't turn. I could not turn the head because obviously, you know, the mechanism inside just froze. And to be honest with you, you know, that's what's important is the operational capabilities of something like this in winter time. I doubt very much that you folks who've gone out and bought the sticks will be using them, you know, as much as what I do, and certainly not in the conditions that I am continually using them. But yeah, what is... That's confirmed, is it? Oh, Carl Aldred bought a kitten the other day, didn't he? Sorry, I just had to say that. Carl, thank you very much for your message, by the way. And while I'm on the subject, ladies and gents, to each and every single one of you, you know who you are. Thank you so much for your wonderful feedback, which I read. Trust me, I read it. But as you can appreciate, you know, you sent your pictures of your pets and you and your mates and your mums and your dads and your kids and you know, in your t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, guys. You know, and this is via the app where we get feedback from the app. There's just so many of you folks. I'm very, very humbled by how kind you all are with your feedback and the support that you give both myself and Jilly and the channel. Cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much to all of you. And again, please appreciate that there are so many of you. I just generally don't get the time. When I get a spare moment, I will obviously got something pushing back over there. I will have a flick through those emails and try to bring myself up to date as much as I can. But it's obviously very difficult because there are so many of them. We're looking for a way to sort of like create a platform or a page where you can literally flick through them because they are all so wonderful. Fantastic words, kind words of support from all of you guys. Really appreciate it. Oh, okay, missed that. Oh, sorry, ladies and gents. Sorry, Hunter, thank you. I mean, you know, we don't know what time the Emirates 380 is coming in, do we? It might be an evening, it might be a late afternoon or something. Oh, well, we'll find out about that then. In which case, we'll stay here. We'll stay here and catch her coming into Heathrow and then going out of Heathrow. So we have been hearing reports that, yeah, we have heard reports, and those reports have been sort of like on and off in terms of the next 747 retirement apparently positioning down here to London Heathrow. Why that is, I don't know. Why that would be. Ooh, yeah. Tough call, that one. Can't imagine Heathrow clearing that. Oh, and another one on Friday. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'll get the lowdown. Yeah. Jeff Bundy, we saw it, sort of. Sorry, folks. I was trying to keep an eye on the bleeding thing as well, but I've obviously got the screens in front of me here, trying to see a million things at once. Phoebe Stone, no, I don't use Instagram just because. Did use it for a short while. I've got my own account, but I'll be honest with you, it's not something that sort of. Oh, blimey! Look, they turned that round quick. It's Star Alliance Air China, I think. That's the Dash 10, I think, with Etihad, is it not? Is that the Dash 10? It's a 9, is it? Oh, okay, set there, dead. Just see it through my little tiny monitor. Paul Rosser, agreed. John Shop saying, so I've only been watching Big Jet TV for a month and I must say it is fantastic, better than some of the other sites on YouTube with guys with the dulcet tone telling you about how the rivets work. Well, this is quite interesting, isn't it? So look at this this aeroplane that's coming out now is a Dreamliner. It's a Dash 10 with Etihad. So what? It's a 1-year-old, and it's got 21,000 engines on it. G'day! We asked 100 people in a survey. John loving the Etihad livery. I think we all do. We get a double look at her now because she'll have to make a left-hand turn, Clyde, in a short while because the entry point to the runway on the southern side is actually closed out. So they will have to trek, unless they're going to go out, intersect. They might intersect. We'll have to see. It's a great livery though, isn't it? Oh, Emirates has 3 flights from Dubai on Wednesday. ETAs are 0705, 1225 and 640. Well, it seems not nigh. It seems nigh. Now look here. There we go. Scheduled midday on Wednesday, ladies and gents. So it looks like it might be Wednesday at London Heathrow to welcome that Virgin 747 if she's positioning here before heading down to St Athan for scrap. Terrible, isn't it? Dawn Hansel, yes. I think 12 months is the 4th stripe. Is that right, GP? Yeah. Captain? Get Captain Stripes. Stephen Morris, good evening to you. Mark, what is... Could have a nice crossover here. Simon Harding, Big Jet TV or me. The missus just said that is indeed going out intersect. Approach 747 still. Now we learnt this the other day, didn't we? Who was it who told me and repeated to me about the flaperons? What's the flaperons behind the engines raise up So that's starting up. To protect them from the blast of the engines, literally. You see the flap behind the engine there. You'll see as he powers up, you'll see the flap move upwards, which is literally an auto setting, I'm guessing, which basically takes the flap out of the blast from the engine. Here we go, in the downward position. Now he'll power it up. That will now go back upwards, which is just interesting. It should go up. It should go up. There it goes. Go on. There it is. Thank you. There they are. And back down to the neutral. Departure. No flapper-ons on this puppy. Main cargo door is now closed on the 747, ladies and gents. This guy will likely make a right-hand turn after departure, unlike Etihad, who's made a left. Yeah. Okay, so main cargo door is now closed up on the Boeing 747. As we know, it looks like that might be the possibly the pilot doing a walk-round inspection. Look at the size of those beautiful big engines, man. Same engines on the 747 as the some of the Airbus, some of the Boeing 787, the GEnx. GEnx, next generation engines. GEnx. Jerry, the hydraulic pressure is removed so that it drops down. Ah, that's interesting. I see now. The hydraulic pressure is removed, so or disconnected, or whatever it might be, so it drops down under its own weight. Then the air pressure over the wing raises it. Then the hydraulics return it to flight position. There we go. Ian Cumming, thank you very much indeed. Hydraulic pressure removed. So it drops down under its own gravitation, under its own weight. Then the air pressure over the wing raises it, brings it up, and then the hydraulics return it to the flight position, and the flight position being, I guess, the neutral position. Gel Brighton fan, interesting. Seagulls. I remember standing in the old Goldston ground. Seagulls. Long, sexy plane indeed, isn't she? Just big, beautiful engines on her, man. You talk big engines, man. That's what you want. I'll tell you what. James Alexander Parkhouse. Okay. Michaela Marshall. As far as we're aware, that was part PPE and part general freight. General freight came out the front, and the PPE came out the back. All misses. Do all 747s get built with the nose to naturally fold up, or is it an adjustment for cargo use? Jazzy John, just the freighter variant of the 747 has the hinged nose on it, because as you can appreciate, on the passenger aircraft, even though it's not a great deal of space, you just don't need it on the passenger aircraft, because you wouldn't want to sort of like bring the passengers in through the nose, if you know what I mean. Oh, that'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? Hey! Bring him in on a slide. Whee! Stephen McRae was lucky to fly on a Cathay 747. Speaking to those guys today at Aerotiques, they are expecting a batch of panels from a Cathay 747, and that's what we're going to try and time our show with. Paul Hodgson, Captain Hodgson's in the house. Hello there. Mars High, Colin Boner. Good afternoon to you. Just wait to see that door close up. Got one inbound, nothing over the top. Ibra, no IPA. IPA? PIA. I like a pint of IPA, but there's no IPA coming today, or PIA. Frank Mulgard, thank you very much indeed, Frank. John Sly, thank you. Ibra Hussein, thank you. Philip Sinclair. There we go. Angeline, noticing there that the cockpit or the nose load is indeed closed up. Paul Rosson, no, I've never seen the 747 carrying the spare engine. That's what they used to do back in the old days. I don't think it's done that much. Well, it wasn't. I can't think the last time I've never seen it personally, but that was something that they did have the capability, but quite a lot of hoo-ha to mount that engine and remove it again, because obviously that was for transporting the engine. I think before they had the capability of slinging it inside a freighter, I think. Jordan Shot, how do you know it had PPA on there? Jordan, based on the actual crates that were coming out, well, I based it on the fact that on the show that we did with Cargo Logic at Stansted, and having seen these, obviously there's posts and pictures and all sorts of things on Tinternet and the like of the PPE being stacked onto the crates, and that's the way to generally tell. Like, that is the general cargo that came out of the nose, I think. That truck that you're seeing there, I think that's general cargo that came out of the nose. The PPE is more noticeable by the fact that it's all exactly the same. Can't really see any of it down there, unfortunately. Oh, look at this, here we go, look. BA tried about 5 minutes, literally. Wow, Cameron Knights has got a picture of a British Caledonian DC-10 carrying a spare engine on it. Wow! Sling that up on the fan zone, Cameron. I'm sure people will be very interested to see that. Wow. Must have played havoc with the airflow, I would have thought. Having that extra engine slung underneath, and of course weights and balance as well. You obviously would have had to balance it out with fuel on the opposite side to counteract the weight of the engine. Oh, I've got a lovely Qatar 777 over Essex coming into London Heathrow. Brian Stubbles, thank you. Well, Craig Hicks, where you park your van at the Renaissance was an apron or taxiway back in the day. Yeah, you can still see where that taxiway actually ends, Craig. Mark Willis, my old dad, he flew with Skyways of London, British Eagle, IAS, and did a short term on the 747-100 with Saudi Arabian Airlines, believe it or not. Nick Cooch, good afternoon. Just A350 on tow. You've seen a bit of that at Toulouse at the end of the month, folks. Don't forget, first class and super class members and all our supporters on Facebook, join us for 3 days at Toulouse at the end of this month. 26th, 27th and 28th, I think, isn't it, Julie? Okay, there you go, 29th, 30th and 31st. Nuno Vicente, tuning in from a beautiful sunset in Portugal. Nikki Foster, good afternoon to you. Ben Ewan giving us some decent information there about the carrying spare engines externally is an obscure footnote in airliner history, but the 747's ability to do so may represent big unlocked potential. The 747 was designed with a so-called fifth pod capability in which it can lug a spare engine aloft even on a revenue flight. Yeah, I mean, I did see, I remember sort of a couple of images that I've seen of 747s carrying that spare engine on revenue flights. Yeah, I'm sure someone's did I'm sure I saw a picture of a British Airways 747 many moons ago with a spare engine bolted to her as well. Max Eldridge, good day to you. Karen Corcoran, Darren Goldie. Jordan, we're looking forward to Toulouse. It's out beyond me, is it? Decent skies. Liam Costello. I wouldn't imagine quite soon that she's due out, to be honest. All the loading and offloading has been done. I don't know if she's going out empty. Ibra, when we come into Birmingham. Well, as soon as things pick up again, Ibra. Stephen Spurgeon, thank you very much indeed, Stephen. That's very kind of you. Thanks for the kind words as well. Wow. Chris Norman, banger in next. There she is. You just see a speck on the horizon. So obviously oh, Gel saying Google 5-engine 747, great pictures. There we go. Thanks, Gel. London Midland Train Spotter 1988 asking me, could you do a show from Luton? I could. However, right now it would be a bit pointless. yeah, it's a tricky one, really. Luton, I'd have to talk a lot, I think. Wissam Humaisi tuning in from Sydney at 5:25 a.m. Good morning, and hope you're having a great day so far, Wissam. Get a Caparazzi Lee on the go. WGJC Jerry down there in Southampton, or near Southampton Airport. Very quiet and good to hear the sound of engines again. Indeed it is. Let's just have a look here, see what we got. See what that is, long way out. Oh, that's the Qatar triple. Is that the Qatar triple? Second out after the banger. Doing, ding, doing. Nice. Of course, the same platform as the Beluga. Not the Beluga XL. Well, I mean, you know, the A330 is the Beluga XL platform, whereas that the original Beluga is developed off of that A300 platform. Going to turn left into the cargo centre here at London Heathrow. Go round the back there. They've got their own dedicated little hub round the back there, DHL. We'll go behind the bike sheds over there. You behind the bike sheds! Stand still, laddie! John Muldoon. Talking about how good it is, Isleworth. Oh, not to hear the first landing at 04:45. My alarm clock for work. Well, there we go. Best alarm clock in the world, though, isn't it? Plane flying over your house? I'd say. It's Qatar 777, folks. What's that? Right. Oh. Oh, right, okay. That might have been Andy. Or no, it was the fella who was telling me about the fact that the yeah. Doesn't look like they're in any kind of hurry to get that Cathay to go out. Has it got any idea of a departure time on it, or? As is tomorrow. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's good news then, isn't it? That's good news. So, hearing that apparently got some news in from one of our viewers, Captain Hutch. He says here, "Vashi shipmates." No, he's saying that apparently the well, I mean, this is word on the. I heard it from the grapevine. That apparently the resurfacing works for this southern runway after some people getting up in arms about it, basically. That apparently it may come down to just 1 month of closure for the southern runway, and then followed by nighttime closures to work on it, so as to. It's quite interesting, really. Oh, that might be locals lobbying that, actually, Julie. You know what I mean? It said airlines, was it? Okay. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I would have thought it'd be more like lobbying from locals. I would have thought the airlines would care which runway they went out on, especially if they're. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. On a single runway. Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough. So they're basically saying that they're expecting things to pick up quite considerably in the next month, by the sounds of that. Now, is that a pilot coming off to do a inspection walk around, or I don't know. Soon find out. David Cuthbertson, good afternoon to you. Jack saying 747-8 not out till 22:05. Oh well, if that's the case, then we might as well get shot of it. Yeah. You look, it's 20 to 9 now. Guys and girls, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks, Jack, for the info on that. I have to say. We will update you where we're going to be tomorrow, what time we're going to be tomorrow. Exactly. Look out on the app, folks. Make sure you get yourselves on the app so that we can, so that you don't miss anything, basically. So we will love you and leave you, literally. That's it, really. Beautiful sunset here, London Heathrow. Should be able to hear me. Julie, just check it. I mean, you couldn't see me, let alone hear me. Hold on a minute. There we go. There we go. No, that's fine. Right, folks, we're going to head off, and we will see you tomorrow for more action here on Big Jet TV. Welcome to all our new members. Thank you very much indeed for all your fantastic comments. Once again, I have to say I cannot thank you guys enough for all the fantastic support that you give us here on Big Jet TV, and it is an absolute pleasure to sort of like just to bring you this entertainment as it is classified, I'm guessing. But listen, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Look out for the notification on your app, and we will update you as soon as we get that information, which will be tonight before you go sleepy nuneyes, especially here in the UK. And it should work quite well for all our friends out there in the east if we're going to be on early tomorrow morning. So look after yourselves, folks. Have a great evening. Drink responsibly. Be kind to the animals, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Cheers. Yeah, hold on. Beautiful sunset. Lynn, Heathrow. Yeah. Okay. Take care, folks. See you tomorrow.